Hello, and welcome guys for another episode of Let's. Now, in the previous episode, I'm sorry, we ended up getting smacked around by the Cap Taurus demon. Definitely a first for me, man. Um, in this episode, we're gonna go through the rest of the Undead Burg and then hopefully finish up this area. But before we do that, we're gonna do a little bit of leveling up. Put some points into endurance and vitality. And now we're able to wield the bear. Yep, Y-hander, two-handed. And the requirements for this Y-hander is 24. So I think it's 8 points of difference or whatever percentage. I forgot what the actual statistics are for it, but it's fine. Nothing too crazy. It's one of my favorite weapons. It's probably going to be using now for a little bit. Do I still have the good roll? Yes, I do. Alright. The reason why I have my shirt off is for that specific reason. So we can get the regular roll, the good roll that you want. And you have to stay under, I think it's 25% or 20% of your max equip load. To get the regular roll, it's 50%, I think. But the reason why I have the bow on is because we actually want to cut off the tail. Let me... Oh, that actually fucking hit me. I know there's a way to do it. Oh, dude, this is like gonna take. Oh, we actually got it. Might die. Oh my god. I want to get this weapon just to show it off, but the weapon itself is not that great. It's called the Drake Sword, and I'm gonna try it one more time, but if we don't get it, we don't get it, man, and we just go about our business. It's not a weapon that's like game changing or nothing like that. It's definitely a good beginning weapon, if you want to call it that. The way to get it is fucking dumb. You do need to get it in order for you to get the what's it called, the achievement for all the special weapons in the game. I know there's a way to actually kill this thing. I'm trying to figure out. Oh my god, I hate using bows in this game. I don't like it. Just, you know what, just stand right here. And then just run past them. This is... Oh, I didn't do it right. Okay, you know what? Screw that. The undead perish. That's getting annoying. Now that I'm actually thinking about it, my friends, there is actually a way to do it. And I completely screwed that up. It's fine. I'll probably end up doing it. It's coming back to me now. Like, it's actually coming back to me now. So I'll explain what you have to do, but I'm not actually going to do it. Because, like I said, the game is not in that specific weapon. It's not, in fact, crazy important. You're better off using the Zweihander or the Uchi-Katana, to be completely honest with you. The only reason you want it and or need it is to actually get one of the achievements in the game. So the way to actually go about it is to stand right here and shoot the damn tail. I totally fucking forgot until I already crossed the bridge and made him leave. I'm very, very sorry. But see, that's why I bought arrows. I was like, okay, so there's a way to cut off the tail. What do I have to do? And it's like you have to stand like right here and the tail swings and then you just shoot it with arrows and eventually you cut it. That is how you do it. That is all you need to do to get the Drake Sword. And it's actually super dumb easy. I don't know why I was doing it the hard way. You can actually also make him fall down and then hit his tail like I did that one time. But it's not like worth it because he just hits you. Oh man, we're actually gonna spend a little bit here. Gotta even out our spendage. So a couple of things. One, we're gonna take this off, and a weapon we just got is actually a favorite weapon of mine, is the Claymore. Now the Claymore is the godsend weapon, man. It's such a good weapon. It's such an easy stat requirement to meet, and it does so much. The moveset is so good. It's a great sword. So the Zweihander is considered an ultra great sword. And the moveset is just awesome, man. It's so good. It's so amazing. It does so much damage. I'm not gonna. I might end up using it here and there between these two. I might alternate between these three. Some of the beginning ones. So this is the Sunlight Altar. So this is actually a covenant within the game. It's the Jolly Cooperation Covenant. It is the covenant you are partnered with when doing co-op, because you get specific medals for bosses or areas. No, you can join for bosses or areas and clear them out if you chose so please. And it's the covenant to join if you are going to be partaking in Jolly Cooperation. I already said that, but it's okay. The way to join this covenant is actually fairly simple, but it isn't explained. So you know, the easiest way is to actually have 25 in faith, and you just automatically be able to join. Now, you'd be saying like, what if I don't want to be a faith build? What the hell? Well, the other way to join it is to actually just get summoned into any person's world, and every boss you defeat while being summoned lowers the requirements for joining this covenant. And it's 5 per every boss you defeat. So honestly, if you just help within the beginning of the game, like the Taurus Demon or you know some of these other bosses in here, it counts. And you only really need to get it down to whatever base stat requirements. So for me, I just need to kill 4 bosses, or help with 4 bosses, and then I'll be able to join this covenant. Or you could just kill 5 and you could just automatically join. When you do, anytime you do kill bosses or complete your duty as a Sunbro, which is what you become when you join the covenant, you get a Sunlight Medal. And that Sunlight Medal goes about leveling up your covenant, and every single covenant has their own way of leveling up their respective covenants. Alright, so a couple of things for this next area. There is an enemy we have to fight that I want to fight. It's not required, but the possibility of getting his specific weapon is so good and is so great that I want to give it a shot. I'm only going to try it maybe once or twice, and if I don't get it, I don't get it. For this next area, I will be showing off a skip to get to the next bonfire, and then I will just go backwards and show off the area and get some of the items. We'll be doing all that fairly quickly. So let's come up here and get this boss rolling. Guessed it. Let's see if we can get it. Alright, You want him to follow you. You don't want to fight him up there. Another thing, if you don't kill the hollow I just killed before coming up here, that same hollow will follow you up here and will block the way down. And then you'll get sandwiched in between him and the Black Knight. He can one-shot you, and he will one-shot you. So you have to be careful with how you fight this guy. That's why I say I'm only really going to attempt this once or twice. But he's fairly easy to bait his attacks. Oh, that echo though, man. You can't chain backstab him now. Oh, and if you get caught off guard, man, that's... Let's see if I can heal. Oh. Oh, dude, that echo. I don't know if that's just me or if it's the game. But, there we go. We only got a chunk. I don't think we got his weapon. Did we get his weapon? I wasn't paying attention. No, we did not get his weapon. We just got a chunk. So the weapon he can drop and he doesn't respawn when you rest, so it is what it is. Is the Black Knight Ultra Greatsword, which is a beautiful weapon. It's one of my favorite, if not my weapon, in all of Dark Souls, just because of how it looks. The moveset is just awesome, man. It's just oh my god. So all these Black Knight weapons and armor and shields and stuff like that, you will be able to get later on in the game. So don't worry if you don't get it now. Though it is, you know, pretty beneficial if you do get them now, because they're more like end game weapons that you're supposed to get later. So a couple of things. So to do the skip, to make this area a lot easier, is run to the right over here, jump here, jump, roll, and then immediately close this gate. Oh man, 3 of them? Okay. So, that's the skip, to skip this beginning portion of this area, man. And I highly recommend you do this simply because, like, it's not worth... Oh my god. It's not worth doing the area because you don't really get anything, but for the sake of showing off as much as the game is possible and showing off all the areas as possible, we're actually going to go and do this. Now, don't be fooled. If you come this way, this guy will always aggro no matter what you do. Oh, dude. I don't want to die here. He's fairly easy. Dies with 2 swings. That's why great swords are just absolutely amazing. Don't go in that way, because there's 2 more of him, and then there's that guy right there. They do get buffed with an enemy that you can't actually see, and you would have to kill them first to get that. But if you come this way, he's around the corner, so be careful. You can swing around the corner, which is pretty good. We're going to go backwards, because we're going to go backwards. I just wanted to show off that shortcut so you guys see it, but I'm actually going to have to go back the way we came, the way you're supposed to go to get up all the items that you want to get. God, dude, sometimes I just don't get the spacing. So it's better just to do your bread and butter and just backstab your enemies. Which is what... probably should have gone to the bonfire first. Nah, it's okay. I'll live. If I don't live, then I get to show it off the area I was intended to be done. Come this way. Be careful. Oh, dude. Now, for this area, man, you gotta be careful. That's what I was trying to do. Oh, that fucking golf swing over him. Get the mystery key, which is a key that you need to open up a specific door that could also be opened through the master key. So that's why the master key is so damn good, because if you don't get any of these keys for whatever reason, or you don't want to do this area because you see the items we get, then yeah, and that's pretty much the air. That's pretty much the little section. All it really changes is like is that guy right there. He can't actually come to you, so this is a way to cheese him. Or I don't think he can. Come on, buddy. And that's the guy. Nothing too difficult. He has a chance. All that item is a alluring skull, but I'll get it for the sake of the video. I'm not gonna. I might as well kill him. Backstab him for good measure. And that's pretty much all that is. That's this little area. I highly just skip this little part, man. I know you don't really get anything. The master key completely overshadows the mystery key. But if you did want to get the great demon axe, the great demon hammer, sorry, at the beginning of the game, and you want to use black fire bombs, then there you go. That's how you get that mystery key to unlock a room that we're gonna unlock here soon. Where the fuck? Oh, there we go. So, I forgot to show off this area. If you come over here, you can actually sneak up on them and get a backstab, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna pancake him. And just kill him. That is why this Y-hander and great is so good. Oh, we got a Titanite shard. That's good. That's very, very good. Because that is actually the first stages of upgrading our gear that we want to get. You circle back around. We already got that. We already killed these. These guys. I think we have enough time. I recommend just running past these guys. There's no point in killing them if they're just going to infinitely respawn and they don't follow you after a certain point. You want to come this way. And the magical sound of our friend, the blacksmith. I want to use humanity. Because this is one... Okay, so throughout the game, I'll tell you which bonfires you want to kindle, which bonfires you want to kindle to 20 Estus that are kind of important. Because when you beat the game, the kindling of the bonfires does carry over to New Game Plus and New Game Plus 2 and so on and so forth. So to make your life a lot easier, certain bonfires you should automatically make 20 regardless of what you're doing, just simply because they're staple bonfires. If you do have the resources to do it and the fucking time, do every bonfire in the game, then you never have to worry about not having the max amount of Estus.
Well, you must be a new arrival.
Let's talk to our blacksmith friend. The second blacksmith we meet. Learn his gesture. Hurrah. So when talking to him, he does sell Titanite shards. I believe you need 9 Titanite shards in total in order to fully level up a weapon from 0 to 5. He doesn't really say anything much to us, nothing important. So this is the part we're actually going to use some souls. This will just give us 1800. I think it's only 9. Regardless, we're going to use these souls to level up a little bit. We actually do need quite a bit of souls. You do get Titanite shards as you play the game and in areas that we are going to do, but for the sake of just me, I'm going to fucking do this now. And to make, you know, the next boss a lot easier and enemies a lot easier to kill. Now, I want to check. How many Titanite? Okay, we got 5, so we need 4 more.
What need?
Let's reinforce the weapon as we go. We're going to choose this Y-hander. Just for our starting weapon because it's so good. It does so much damage and it's such an amazing weapon. So I need, yeah, 4 more. Because this upgrade requires 2 and the next upgrade after that requires 3. So yeah, it is actually 9. Haha. So we need 4 more. Oh, dude, I don't think we're going to have enough to upgrade our weapon all the way. No, we are not. We need 800 souls. And we don't have any more soul items. Kinda wish I didn't use those 2,000. That's fine. Let's just rest up again. We could sell weapons to make this next section a little bit easier, but it's fine. I'm gonna actually put on. I don't get the roll. I'm trying to see. No, dude. Wow. Okay. We can't. Does it provide more defense? It does. Okay. Just keep going. So there's obviously, as you saw, there's other areas we can go to. But those areas are going to be for later. And we're going to get rings, better items that are going to allow us to survive more damage, do more damage, and equip more. Alright. So come this way. And the way to fight this Black Knight is actually to get his attention, run out, and fight him in this corridor over here. And you can actually stun lock him. I thought you could. Or just a 2-shot heavy attack with the +4 Y-hander. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, so there we go. There's our, we're actually going to upgrade our Y-hander. Oh, so I didn't need to buy back in 4. I only need to buy 3 because you get one from him. Oh, well, wish I knew that, but that's okay. It just starts out leveling up some other weapons that we want to get leveled up. Let's just do this real quick just to make our life a little bit easier. So now you see, now you see that we can't actually go from 5 to 10. Well, because we have to modify our weapons. But the only way to modify our weapons is to get an ember to allow us to level up a weapon past 5. And the same thing from, you know, the next ember is going to allow us to get it to 10. And then we have to get another ember that allows us to get a 15. And certain materials in the game give you this opportunity. But now, from here on forward, for this weapon, for this Y-hander, we need to actually get large Titanite shards, which we'll be able to buy later on and find enough within the game itself to upgrade our weapon before any major changes. Now, one thing you want to do is come this way, get the Firekeeper soul. Now, you could do 2 things. I'm not going to do the first thing because I just, you know, I want to finish up this area. I'll do the first thing in the next episode. But when you go this way, you actually link up Firelink with the Undead Parish. And then you can go to the Firekeeper soul and level up your Estus to +2 and allow you to give yourself a little bit more healing for the next boss. The next boss is not too difficult to do, even without any upgrades of Estus. So Especially now that we have a fucking +5 weapon. Which is very good for this fight, by the way. So right here, see that guy? He buffs all these undead hollows. Now, what you want to do is not just jump in and get fucking baited hard as balls like it just did there. What you want to do is actually see if you can't get him around this corner. Oh, just one shot at him. Okay. So that fucking enemy that we just killed buffs these guys. And these guys, when buffed, will fucking kill you, even if it's just one of them. Which is unfortunate, too, so... but what you want to do is lure all those little guys out, kill all of them, then kill him. Apparently, he just wanted to follow me without a buff, which, you know, I'll take it. Because if we don't die in this next boss fight like we did last time, we'll never have to come back up here ever again. I mean, you technically do if you do something, which I'll explain that mechanic when we get to that NPC. Oh my god. I'm just not doing good. Oh, we don't have any poise, that's why. We can't eat these attacks. Okay, I'm gonna run away. Because I don't want to die. And that's how you do it, guys. Run away and heal and hit them. That is what you're supposed to do. Because the game is not designed to play favorites whatsoever. Yeah, it's getting, the video is getting kind of long. We'll do this next two things that I want to get done fairly quickly. This next boss is not difficult. Come over here, you get a humanity, which you want to stock up on 30 for sure to do Solaire's questline, which I am going to do because I really like doing his questline and I hate what happens to him. So come over here. If you talk to this guy, you open up the gate. If you get the mystery key, it opens. That's the key that opens up his gate. If you have the master key, it does the same thing. Talk to him.
I am Knight Lautrec.
Lautrec.
I truly appreciate.
Or more like Trek something. Kareem. It's fine. So when you release him, he'll go back to Firelink, and he'll basically. How do I want to go about this? I want to show off the skip, but I want his ring, which right now would probably be the best time to get it. And never mind, I won't show him off. I'll show off the little cheese to actually get the ring for basically for free without ever having to fight him. Which I recommend to do it this way. If you want to get the ring now, you get it now, but it's not too far off from when you're actually supposed to get the ring. How you're actually supposed to get the ring is through his quest. And his quest is long and tedious. It's not really tedious, but it requires you to get to a certain part of the game, and then fighting him is annoying because you have to actually fight him and two of his companions. He's kind of an asshole. But this is the fog gate to the next boss. We're actually going to summon our buddy Solaire. From here on forward, any phantoms that we can summon for any boss fight in the game, we're going to summon because it makes the boss fight 10 times easier. Except, I think just 1 or 2 times we're not actually going to summon an NPC. Just because it gets in the way of how the boss is supposed to work. And I'm actually going to proc a gold pine resin. Should I have procced it now? It's fine. I don't think the buff goes away. I think the buff does go away. It's fine. I don't think the buff stays. No, the buff stays. So these are the bell gargoyles. The gargoyles that guard the bell tower. Now, with Solaire basically does this fight for you. The only reason I say that is because... Okay, there we go. It's because of that, right there. Because of a second boss. So it spawns 2 gargoyles at 50%. But as you see, this boss is not that difficult. A +5 any weapon with the lightning buff just fucking destroys these guys, man. I swear. And with Solaire will distract the gargoyle, so you can cut off the gargoyle's tail. So that's another thing too. As we go up the ladder to awaken the first Bell of Awakening, certain bosses in the game have tails you can cut off to get specific, special weapons. I will try to cut off as many of the boss's tails as possible. Some bosses are more difficult to cut off the tail than others. And I will actually tell you guys which bosses tails are cuttable and which are not. If you don't, so the special thing about the gargoyle's tail weapon is if you don't get it now, you will get it later. Just automatically. He can also have a chance to drop the helmet he has, and I believe a shield. But we didn't get either one of those two this time around, but you get those later. So let's do this. Ding, 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 ding. Alright. So that's our first Bell of Awakening. Now we have to actually go do the second one. But before we actually get to the second one, we're going to do like a considerable amount more before we continue on to the second Bell of Awakening. But I'm not going to end the video now. What we actually want to do is come and slide all the way down to talk to our good buddy. I forgot what his name is. Oh, Oswald. So what it does is allow you to ban covenants and absolution. If I remember correctly, absolution is if you hit an enemy, you can come back here, request absolution, and then the aggro goes away. I think that's how it works. Certain NPCs you can't get absolution from, like Solaire. You have to actually do the whole game again if you manage to aggro him, which is just hitting the the NPC. He included. So like if you hit him, you can't get absolution because he's the guy that gives absolution. What you could buy from him is purging stones, which are very, very important for certain parts of the game. I will actually come back here and get some of these later. You can buy purging stones in another from another NPC, a more easier to get NPC which we'll come across later. He does sell homework bones, same thing. You get so many in the game, you don't really have to buy these. Another NPC does sell them. He sells karmic justice. It's quite expensive. It's a very powerful miracle. What it does is every time you get hit or after a certain amount of time, you become a landmine that explodes and does a considerable amount of damage. It's super expensive to buy, and it requires a lot of faith into it. It's very, very strong. In order to get the achievement, in order to get all the miracle achievements, you have to get this miracle, which the only way to get it is through him. And he sells a talisman that actually shoots sorceries. Right? Yes. This one shoots sorceries, apparently. It does not shoot miracles. No, it does. It casts miracles, but it draws upon intelligence. That's interesting. Huh. Learn something new every day. Or remember something new. Poison bite ring, blood bite ring just increases the resistance to some elements in the game, bleeding and poison being one of them. There's a toxic ring in the game. It does the same thing, but for toxic. And this is the guy you come to for buying rings to sacrifice to from. Buy as many as you want, but it's quite expensive. Is it worth it? Yeah, it could be. indictment is if invaders come, you can report them, and then they get invaded more often. I believe that's how this works. Book of Guilty shows all the indict players. So we're actually going to just bone out of here. Go back to the to Andre. Oh man. So that's what it is. The Rite of Kindling. So what the cutscene you just saw is what is the item you're supposed to get to go from 10 to 20. But with that being said, guys, this video was quite long, but it's fine. I'll see you guys in the next one. And peace.